Hello and welcome to The Long Dark. This is a wilderness survival game. It's currently in alpha right now, but very much worth your money, and I will show you why in the next series of videos. But let's just get started and we'll get right into the game. So here's the main menu. If you move the mouse, you get the menu system over here. And this is actually what the game looks like in-game. This is an actual picture of a location. So anyway, right now the story mode is not available. So you can only do sandbox, but the sandbox is quite a bit of fun anyway. So let's go into sandbox. And then you have an option for playing 3 different difficulty levels. There's the Pilgrim, which will allow you to basically run around the world. There's no wildlife that's going to attack you, but you can still die from starvation and stuff. But that one's a pretty easy mode. This is the middle mode. Reasonably challenging, but not punishing. And then this is the really just, everything is out to get you. So for this video, so that I don't die in like 5 minutes, we're gonna go with the medium, with the Voyager. So let's do that. And then you have an option to play as a guy or play as a girl, which is kind of nice. I will say the girls got better voiceovers, but we'll play as the guy for this one. So let's go confirm, and then you can choose your region. Now, they just patched this game, so they actually added a new region that I've never been to before. And starting with this latest patch, it's version 200. They lock the areas so that you can only start in a zone that you've unlocked. And I haven't found Pleasant Valley yet, so we have an option of going Coastal Highway or Mystery Lake. Before the last patch, Coastal Highway was the way to go, because there was a lot more houses, and there were a lot more houses closer together, and so it was a bit of an easier experience. But with the latest patch, they kind of nerfed the zone, and rightfully so. It was a little OP, I think. So we're going to start here, and I'll explain a little bit why. Yeah, we'll start there. If we go long enough, I will actually make an attempt to go back to Mystery Lake, because all these zones are connected, and also I'll try to find Pleasant Valley. So let's start. And basically the premise of the story is that a mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down in the northern Canadian wilderness. And it's a matter of how long can you survive. So once I click this button, they're going to come up with a nice wilderness survival quote. And then we're going to get into game, and before I click the button, I'm going to explain that you could show up at pretty much anywhere within the zone. They don't try to put you in a place where you're going to get attacked immediately by wolves, but pretty much anywhere in the zone and at any time. So it could be, early morning, it could be late at night, it could be, middle of the day. So, oh, that's nice and cheery. So here we are. Just looking around really fast. Whoa, that's slow. Okay, looking around really fast. We are at the edge of the highway, right here. I think a lot of the slowdown has to do with the fact that I'm shooting video, but okay, so basically walking forward, it's your WASD keys. And I am on the coastal highway. That's what this is. Out there is water, which we might go out to do anywhere. If I hold down shift, I run, and I'm going to run right for this car sitting right here. Okay. Now the cool part about cars is you can get into them. So here we go. Now we're inside the car. It is warmer. Tells me on the bottom left-hand side. Oh, awesome. There's a pry bar in this car. Yay. Awesome. And there's also a little bit of soda. You can try the radio, but it's dead. But let's try the glove box. More soda. And a flare. Flares are useful for seeing at night and for scaring away nasty wildlife. Okay, so this is the front seat. You'll see that white object in there. That's a piece of newspaper that I can use for starting fires, but I can't get it yet. I gotta go into the back seat. So let me get out the door, jump into the back seat, and there's the newsprint. I can use newsprint to start fires. Let me jump out, and then the trunk is locked, but I have the bar. So I'm going to force the trunk open, and then I'm going to
use this.
Oh, there's a scarf. And an energy bar. And another flare. Very nice. Okay, so tab is the interface to go into your equipment and stuff. You'll see that my fatigue is going up a little bit. My my cold is going up a lot. So if I stay out here for very long, I'm going to freeze to death. Because it feels like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. But more importantly, that scarf, I want to wear that. Now, it shows you the bonuses that you get for it, and if it's better than what you've got already. I don't have a scarf right now, so I'm going to put it on. And then let me get going. Because I have to get to... Oh, there's a house up there. Now, the important thing about the Long Dark is that you really have to watch out. You really have to watch out for wolves. And bears. Apparently there are now bears in the game, which is just bad news all around. The wolves are bad enough, and now we got bears. And I don't think I'm gonna... You can bare hand fight with a wolf. You can. I very much doubt that you're going to be bare hand fighting with a bear. I think a bear will just slash at you, and that will be the end of it. But I haven't run into bears yet, so I can't actually say whether that's the case or not. Okay, so let me slow down a little bit. Usually in these areas... see the black walking thing over there? That's a wolf. My job is to get into one of these houses without him attacking me, and I just did. It's the figging cabin, or the figging cabin, or something like that. Okay, so here's a can of condensed milk.
What have we here?
The cool part is you can actually rotate these around if you want to see everything about it. It's pretty cool. I can eat it right now, but I'm just going to take it for now. Here's a can of sardines. They show you the weight, the condition, and the calories. Don't worry about your diet in this game. You'll be losing a lot of weight. This is the Long Dark diet here.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, I hope nobody needs that anymore either. Alright, so that's a toque, which is like that funny hat with the pom-pom on it. I think I've already got one. But I can use stuff in the world to... there's lockers here. I can use stuff in the world. I can harvest stuff that I don't need in the world to help repair other stuff. So I found some boots, pork and beans. Okay, so now that we're inside, let's take a little stock. Tab goes into your system. For inventory, it's basically your UI. Inside this room, it's 32 degrees, so my cold is still going up a little bit. Okay, so I can't stay here either. I do want to start a fire. I can't start a fire inside of a house, except if it's in, like, some, OSHA-approved container, like a fireplace, or a fire barrel, or a stove. I can forage for wood inside and outside, Inside houses, I get, well, let's just do that right now. So reclaimed wood, which is basically like I'm busting up chairs and stuff. Let me forage for 5 units. Now, when you're foraging, of course, it takes time. And it basically does the little let's run the clock down. Okay? You'll notice my calories are down to 1,300, which is still okay, but I got to worry about that. Here's the hunger part. Here's the thirst part. So I've got equipment, and my equipment, this is a brand new interface. It didn't look like this before. It sort of looked like the main screen before, so it just had a list of stuff, but now they're actually showing you all of the different stuff. And this is everything. And I can switch between my medical equipment, my clothing, my food, my tools, and all the other junk that I'm carrying. Like these 5 reclaimed woods. I can also sort stuff. This is sorted alphabetically. I can also sort it by condition. And I can also sort it by weight, how much it weighs. You'll notice up here, it says I'm carrying 26 out of 66 pounds. 66 pounds is my my max weight before I start getting weighed down. And then my fatigue goes up and I move slower. So, okay, so let's go back. What do we want to do? Let me show you a couple of things that you can do. So here's the tote that I picked up before. And it shows me that its condition is 49%, which is worse than what I've got on right now. I've got one that's 69. That's this one. Okay. So here's one that's 49, and the bonuses aren't as good. So I really don't want it. The one I got is fine. So let me harvest this. And what happens is I harvest it for 10 minutes and I basically rip off cloth. So I get a piece of cloth. So let me do that. So for 10 minutes I harvest. Okay. And now I've got this nice piece of cloth. Okay. I can't use the cloth to repair anything yet because I need a sewing kit. And once we do that, we'll get to that. Let me take care of this hunger and this thirst for right now. So I go into equipment, I go into food, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got a tin of sardines, I've got soda, I've got pork and beans, I've got energy bars. So let me eat. Now, there are conditions on these too. So you see this is like a yellow condition, 41%. This is like the energy bar's expiration date has expired. So I can still eat it, but there's a possibility that I might get sick from it. But I'm going to eat this one anyway. Okay, now I'm also going to drink some soda because I need the liquid as well as the calories. So, okay, now if I go back, my hunger and thirst are down a little bit. My cold is still up. So I have to... I gotta worry about this. It used to be in the last patch that you could go into houses and it would feel like about 40 degrees. And at 40 degrees, you don't actually lose cold. But I think they dropped things down a little bit because I think people were hanging out in houses for too long. So anyway, if I get hurt or injured, I have a first aid kit, which I really like the interface for this. Here's my bandages, here's my peroxide. I can get other stuff. I can get tea and coffee. Here's my antibiotics. I've got painkillers, but I don't have them yet. And basically, you click on it and click use, and then you just use it. And they give you all of the afflictions that you have. So there's all sorts of different things that could happen. That's pretty cool. And then I can start a fire if I'm outside. Right now I can't start a campfire indoors. I have a bedroll. Okay, hold on. That's weird. Okay. Okay, there's the bedroll. Oh, it's dark. Whoops. Okay. Um, okay, so here's the time. It's like 9 o'clock, so this is actually a pretty good place to rest. Let me see if I can see out any windows. I guess I can't see out any windows. Okay, so here's my bedroll. Just found it in the dark. So I'm actually just going to go to sleep right now. Um, Going into the bedroll gives me a warmth bonus of 6.9, so it makes it feel like 7 degrees warmer. And I'm going to wait until dawn. So about like there, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to rest. So I rest. Every single time that you rest or you change zones, it saves the game as well. It's very important because there is no game saving thing. You basically, when you change zones or you rest. Okay, so I click on this. I can pick this
I
up.
would do anything for a drink right now.
Yeah, me too. So let's take care of this thirst right here because this is getting pretty bad. Okay, so equipment-wise, here's some soda. Let me drink this, and this should help a little bit. Okay, now if I go back here, yeah, my thirst is still pretty high, so I'm going to have to come up. I got to find water. And there's plenty of water out there in the snow that I can work from. I just got to start a fire and melt it and then boil it. So let's go outside. Hopefully the wolf is not right outside the door. But okay, it is kind of... This is the fishing camp. I'm going to run over to this house. I basically want to clear out these houses. Oh, that's beautiful. There's some tools. I use tools to fix metal and mechanical things. Okay, nothing in the plastic container. Okay, you'll notice the light coming is kind of dim because it's dawn. There's some basic boots. Probably going to have to tear apart some more stuff, but for right now I'm just going to carry it. Okay, there's the bed. You can also sleep in the beds. If you click on it, it tells you what the warmth bonus is. But for now, that's not anything important. Occasionally you'll find stuff. I hit control to crouch. Occasionally you'll find stuff under things. So let me head back outdoors. Still don't see a wolf. Not like I really want to see him, but... Okay, what is this? Oh, it's a first aid kit.
I could use this.
Okay, water purification tablets. This is going to be very helpful. If you don't have time to boil water, you can just drop those into some water and make some purified water, which is kind of nice. Not required, but helpful. Okay. And then let's see. Here's some reclaimed wood. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Let me come out the door. Okay. Last house. Or cabin, I should say. Is that a stove? No, that is not a stove. Okay. So let me check the drawers here.
What have we here?
Oh, a heavy wool sweater. That's good. That's for layering. Very important. Oh, cotton long underwear. That's good too. All right. Oh, a basic winter coat. we are scoring big here. Here's some salty crackers. Those I'm only going to eat if I have something to drink. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. Let me go to my equipment. Let me go to my clothing. And I have cotton long underwear right now, so the new one isn't that good. I already have basic boots, so these boots, actually that one's better, so I'm going to wear that one. Here's a basic winter coat. Now I do not have a coat right now, so wearing this sucker is going to help me quite a bit. And I think that was about, no, a heavy wool sweater, and I got a thin wool sweater, but the thin wool sweater's still better. But I can improve this one to make it actually better than this one ever can be. So we'll do that later. Okay, I still got this thirst problem. So let's go out and head away from this camp so we get away from the wolves. Or as far away from the wolves as you normally can. Okay. So I'm going to come out here. And, let me start a fire over here. This game is really gorgeous. So, as you are... Oh, I know where to go. I'll go into one of these fishing shanties out here. As long as I stay away from the wolves. Okay. Music is beautiful too. Oh, so okay, so there's a couple of deer walking around out here too. The deer don't attack you; they are the mobile food source if you have something to kill them with, usually a gun. So this is a little shanty. This is a fishing shanty. So there's some
Hope
line
nobody needs
here.
this anymore.
And I hope nobody needs that anymore either, because I just took it. It's mine now. Finders keepers and all that jazz. Oh, here's some more line. Oh, and a rifle round. Well, all I got to do is get a rifle now, and that will be incredibly useful. Okay, so checking the drawers. Oh, another energy bar. Excellent. Okay, so in every single one of these shanties, there's a little ice fishing hole. I can, if I have the equipment to, I can bust open a hole using the knife or the hatchet. Right now I don't have either of those, so I can't break the ice. And then if I have fishing gear, I can actually go fishing on this lake, which is really cool. But here's the potbelly stove, and this is what I really want. Now this is the start fire interface. So it shows me what my starter is, what my tinder is. That's the stuff that starts burning before the fuel starts burning. My fuel, and then an accelerant. You'll notice the chance of success is 50%. If I put on the accelerant, which is basically lighter fluid, this goes to 90%. I don't want to do that yet. I usually keep accelerant for... okay, so I have 3 tinders. Okay, I basically keep accelerant for those emergency cases where I absolutely positively right now need a fire. It's the worst thing to do is being freezing to death and starting a fire and not being able to. And you sort of feel like you're in Jack London's, to build a fire. Okay, so that one didn't work. So let's try this again. Uh-oh, that's a bad sound. Oh, somebody is here and is pissed off. Thankfully, he's outside. I don't know that he's going to stay there, though. I do have a flare. So I can light this flare and then throw it, and he will be... Okay, I need this fire right now. And I'm on my last tinder. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to dump a bunch of fuel in here. So I got 2 hours. Now, I got this food thing where I can cook food. And they made a new thing with the latest, a new addition with the latest patch, which is you can take certain foods that are normally cold and heat them up. So you can eat pork and beans cold, or you can heat it up on a fire and eat it hot. And if you do that, you actually get a bonus against. It's sort of like an effect over time bonus to resisting.
Find someplace to escape this cold.
Yeah, that would be right here. Sort of protection against cold. But then we can also melt snow and boil water. So let's melt some snow. Okay, so we're going to melt some snow. Yeah, I know you're thirsty. We're working on it. And then I'm going to boil a little bit of water. So let me boil let me throw in another log. And then boil a little bit of water. Now, technically speaking, there is a ton of water in this world. An infinite amount, actually. The problem is... Oh, be quiet. The problem is that you have to take care of it. This is unsafe water. This is potable.
Die if I don't drink something soon.
Yeah, I know. So we're gonna drink some water. Wish it was vodka, but unfortunately, it's just water. So let's see. Our hunger is up really high too. So let's take care of that right now. I can drink the condensed milk, but it's in a can right now, and I don't have a can opener. I could smash the can open, but then I'll lose some of its contents, and that's kind of a waste. So let's eat these can of sardines right here. You'll see that the calories go up. When the calories go to 0, you start starving to death, which is never fun. The most amount of calories that you can have in your body at one time is 2,500. So let's go eat. Now, while I stay in here next to the fire, the wolf will not attack me because wolves are afraid of fire. They also don't like flares. Sometimes you can wave them around in front of you, but I've had wolves attack me when I was doing that. It's always best to throw the flare at them, and then they tend to go running off for a temporary amount of time. So here we are, enjoying the fire. Let's boil a little bit more water. While we're waiting here. Okay. Now if I go back in and I look at my equipment, now all the water is potable, meaning it's safe to drink. What else do I need to show for right now? Oh, there's a log, which basically shows what you've done. And it's, a variety of different days. I should let you know that my records for fastest death and slowest death are markedly different. You'll notice that I've survived for 15 hours and 43 minutes, and now it just went to 44 minutes. Okay, and then now 45 minutes. So every 5 seconds of playtime is 1 minute in the game world. So my the fastest death I ever had was I spawned in, ran over a hill, and got eaten by a wolf. And that was 9 minutes, which basically means I was in the game for 45 seconds, and then I died. My longest was 31 days. And that A lot of that had to do with just finding good stuff and having a coastal highway that had lots of houses to go into. So, so that's pretty. This is pretty much your score right here. Right now it feels like 47 because the air temperature is 34. There's no wind chill or anything, so so that's fine. There's no wind chill because we're in the house, which is nice. I keep hearing this wolf. He is going to eat me when I run out of this place, but alright, we've survived for 16 hours. This thing's got 15 minutes. Let's go get a wolf. I have a couple of these flares, so I can use one of them. Flares are on a quick menu. You'll notice that I just popped this one up without having to go into some sort of menu or something. It's the 1 key. 1 brings up flares, if you have them. 2 brings up lamps or lanterns. 3 brings up firearms. If you've got a firearm, yeah, it's really good. And 4, oops, our fire is going out. 4 drops a decoy, which means you take a piece of food and drop it on the ground to hopefully distract some wolves. There's the wolf. Alright, let's do this. I dropped some salty crackers. Now here's another thing. See the deer over here? I've used deer as decoys for wolves, because let me tell you something, wolves love going after deer and then killing them and eating them. So if you can have a deer running ahead of you, it will actually clear the area for you, because if there's a wolf, the wolf will run after it. Wolves tend to run after deer more than they run after you. Primarily because the deer has a lot more meat than you do. Particularly later in the game. So anyway, so here I'm running towards this next area. This one there's a big dock right here. See, with pilings and stuff. There's also an island out there with a house on top of it. There's another one over there that I'm pretty sure has a house on it. And there's a wolf right there. So let me go running out this way. You can, because this is in like a little cove in here, you can run on this ice. What you can't do is go past the islands and continue running. You will actually fall through the ice and drown. And thankfully they warn you before that happens. So there's a deer over there. I don't know if I should head up to the house or not. You know what? Let's head up to this house. I'm gonna stop in this shanty first. Houses are basically where you get stuff. And these little shanties have stuff in them too. Some houses are better than others. Some not so much. So let's go in here. And there's a newsprint, granola bar. There's a newsprint roll up there. And search the drawers. There's some cloth. And let's check in the cupboard. Really looking for a hook. Okay, so here I am. Let's go up. Okay. So I'm running. Running uses fatigue. It warms you up a little bit, but I really wouldn't count it to warm you up. And of course, going up these hills. Now, there's a rabbit. What are rabbits good for? Rabbits are good for distracting wolves. You can also eat them if you shoot them, although I wouldn't waste bullets shooting rabbits when there's nice big deer floating around. But you can use snares to trap them. And that's pretty new in the game too, so... Okay, so here we go. Here's the door. And here's the coastal house. Now, most of the places that you go into do not have wildlife inside of them, although some of them do. The houses won't, but there's a couple of larger locations that actually will. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. These kitchens have tons of cabinets, and there's usually a ton of stuff in them. Well, not a ton, but a good amount of stuff in them.
I could use this.
Here's a can of coffee. I can brew coffee over fire, and it will give me both the benefit of drinking coffee and the heat bonus that we talked about before. Wow. This guy needs to stock some better stuff. There's a can of sardines. Okay. Let's go.
What have we
salty
here?
Crackers. There's some herbal tea. Herbal tea does the same thing as coffee. Okay.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Nope, nobody needs that anymore because nobody's around here anymore. Microwave oven. Okay, I can't look in the microwave oven, but I can look in the actual oven. Sometimes there's stuff in here that people were cooking. I can also search the fridge, which occasionally will have frozen food in it, or the fridge, which sometimes has cooked food in. Wow, I'm striking out. Okay. Here's the drawer.
That'll come
Some
in.
newsprint. That's good. There's another heavy wool sweater. There's a basic wool hat. There's a toque up here. I can tell because it's red. Some mittens, which are better than gloves. And then let's check a couple more drawers. And then I think we will be ending this video pretty soon. Here's some more mittens. Here's some wool socks. Oh, some antibiotics and a water bottle. Nice. Okay, here's a bandage. Some cabinet. And then there's a medicine shelf. Hopefully
I could use this.
Ah, more bandages. Perfect. Okay. I can take water, potable water out of the toilet. Not really going to do that right now. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to click on this bed and I'm going to rest for 1 hour to save the game. And this will be the end of the video. And that's it. Hope to see you again soon.